There was a young man working for a company. The company encouraged employees to get certified, saying that having a license would be beneficial for work and helpful to the organization as well. So the young man, with the company's financial support, registered to take the certification exam. On his way back from the exam, he got into a car accident while driving. He suffered severe injuries from both ankles up to his head. As a result, he required long-term rehabilitation, and the trauma made everyday life extremely difficult.
That's awful. If the company promoted the certification and even paid for the exam, shouldn't this situation be considered part of work-related activity?
That's exactly the key point. In cases like this, the biggest issue is whether the incident is considered work-related. So let's take a look at how China, Korea, and the US handle such cases under their workers' compensation systems. Keep in mind, compensation systems differ by country and situation. This video is for reference only. Let's start with China. China does have a workers' compensation system. However, not all companies are required to enroll. Small or private businesses may not carry any insurance at all. In such cases, it becomes very difficult to receive compensation. What's worse is that temporary workers or employees who aren't officially registered might not be recognized as workers under the law, and therefore excluded from compensation eligibility. Payout amounts and procedures also vary widely by region, making the process time-consuming and administratively stressful. Next is Korea. Korea operates an industrial accident compensation insurance system through the Korea Workers' Compensation and Welfare Service. If the accident or illness is work-related, regular employees, non-permanent staff, and even certain gig workers can all be covered under the system. In particular, even if the employer didn't sign up for the insurance, the government agency will pay compensation first and later claim the amount from the employer. This increases the likelihood of the worker receiving protection. However, in cases like this, where the incident occurred outside working hours, there can be disputes over whether the accident was work-related. If the company doesn't acknowledge it, legal proceedings may follow.
So in Korea, the system is solid, but the key is proving that it was a work-related injury.
Exactly. In practice, it often takes a lot of time and effort to prove that. Lastly, let's talk about the United States. In the US, workers' compensation is managed at the state level. Most states require employers to carry insurance, and failing to do so can result in legal penalties. If an accident occurs, workers are generally entitled to immediate medical treatment, wage replacement, and other support, regardless of who was at fault. The procedures are also relatively simple, and the processing time is quite fast.
So the US not only has a well-structured system, but it also works effectively in real life.
That's right. As we've seen today, accidents that occur during certification processes encouraged by employers can potentially be viewed as work-related. The bottom line is that the accident must be linked to work, and proving that link is crucial. Ultimately, whether compensation is provided depends heavily on each country's laws and how well their systems function in practice. One final thought. A single policy or process can change someone's entire life. To everyone watching this, what do you think? If you want more information like this, please like and subscribe.